Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a hell of a show for y'all. This is a continuation of what we've been talking about all week. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel if you haven't. And make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. Make sure y'all follow me on there. Anyway, let's get into this topic. I want to first of all say, I appreciate all of the Kobe Bryant supporters that have showed up to the channel this week and shown their support by subscribing, liking the comments, the content, commenting on the content. It feels good to get some Kobe fans in the building. I don't know where y'all have been, but we over here at DREAMERSPRO been fighting this good fight for years now. And to me, it feels really, really good to see Kobe fans finally step up and come out here and show their support and push back on the utter ridiculousness and disrespect that Kobe has had to endure ever since his passing. Kobe Bryant is easily the most disrespected top 10 player I can think of. It's ridiculous. But this particular week, things reached their breaking point. And we saw a shift in the zeitgeist of sports media as it pertains to basketball. This week, Kobe fans came out in droves and began to push back against all of these ridiculous things that were being said. The thing that kicked this off was the Tracy McGrady comments on First Take. And then, of course, people started pushing back, like Rashad McCann and, of course, Nick Young, who we're going to talk about. Obviously, we produced a show about this 2 days ago where Nick Young almost lost his mind on Gil's Arena because it became too much, right? It became too much. So yesterday they had a segment where Nick Young was there, Rashad McCann was there, Brandon, the usual suspects were there. And Gilbert Arenas, I think, has been feeling the heat from a lot of NBA fans. A lot. And it's the first time he's experiencing it because up until this point, I think Kobe fans have kind of sat back in awe and have been stunned by the level of disrespect. This is the first time I'm seeing Kobe fans actually step out and confront the slander. And I think Gil was taken aback by all of it, to the point where it created this huge argument between him and Rashad McCann, where they were arguing over whether or not who's a real Kobe fan. It got to that point. So Nick Young steps in, and he's essentially saying to Gil, look, the problem is this, man. You keep involving Kobe in these conversations that degrade him. And enough is enough. You may have different intentions, but ultimately the result of your intentions are Kobe ends up getting disrespected, and we've seen enough of it. And this is exactly what happened in this sound that we want to play for you guys of Nick essentially explaining this to Gilbert Arenas. Take a listen to what these guys had to say to one another yesterday.
Your problem is with the media, not with us.
Because that's who votes.
So you having all this animosity towards us.
No, whoa. See, hey, you figured it out. I have this animosity towards the media. You come at me like I'm saying it to you.
Come at you? What the fuck are you talking?
This is Gil's Arena. We're all supposed to be brothers.
How about this?
Whoa.
This coming at me with Kobe like I've done something, and I've always said the same thing. They have Kobe at this. They do this. He pretends I'm saying it.
What time is it?
So the point is, I don't even know what our argument is. I don't even know if we're arguing about where Kobe is or who's the biggest Kobe fan at this point. No, I'm serious. I don't even know what the argument is because every time I say it, I say they. Them.
But you,
them and they. I've never said them. Every time I try to challenge it, boom, here we come. Let's feel.
I feel like you defend him, that's why.
How? By saying they?
Tell him, Nick, why you being soft with him? Why you being soft with him, man? Tell him.
When I say what?
Friend, I got a baby.
No.
So you got to be tough too sometimes. Tell him, bro.
What part of defending when I say, how can rings matter when y'all compared these two? One had 3 rings, one had 0. You compared them to the point where Kobe decided he needed to get rid of Shaq so he can win on his own and get these accolades. The person who's in front of me says, you're right, I concede. He's right, and he conceded because it was a real thing. This is not something I made up. There's a reason big media has never challenged me on the take because what I'm speaking to them is a real thing.
But-
how they ruined the
But what
game.
makes them-
How they ruined the game.
makes they
Like, think about what I'm
words
saying.
so serious?
How would they
do shit to get
because
hot takes too.
and that's what I'm attacking.
So what makes why do you have to believe everything they say is so sleeping in the truth?
All right, so the media in high school, right, and everything for the McDonald's, that didn't matter?
What?
The media in high school, the media for NCAA, when they doing the rankings, none of that matter? Y'all don't look at that?
And when you seen your name wasn't where you thought you should be,
You got mad.
You get mad, right?
What could you do about it?
And
What could you do about
You
it?
go out there and do what?
What could you do about it?
Nothing.
What does that list do?
what do you do about that?
What do you
go out
do
there and
about
prove
it?
that is wrong.
If you don't, but if you stay where you at, even if you go try to prove some, he'll keep you there. What can you do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing. So it's
And then
Even
if you win, they don't change.
Then
Nothing.
why attack the person who's pointing out the list?
That's what I'm saying. So why are we just believing
But listen, we are the media now.
But you-
So our list is like
You
the
only
media now.
believe it. You only believe the list when it favors something
think
you
we're
like.
all media, though.
Dude, when you see them got Kobe at not in the top 10 sometimes, man. All we argue about is the top 10
All
players is LeBron,
every
Kobe,
single
Jordan.
player.
And
Yes.
you see Kobe and you just say, oh, it's
over team.
Fuck, they got it. That's where they
Every
should be.
single player who played in 2001 has Kobe where? 2. Right?
Top 3.
Top 3.
Where-
No matter.
wherever you
1, 2, or
wanna put
3.
it at.
Nobody.
Wherever you
No.
wanna put it at.
At this
Every
point,
player.
every player. Nobody cares at this point. Jordan. As long as you have Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron in your top 3, have a conversation with you because they respect the game itself. There's no accolades. It's our eye
how
test.
could you respect them when they got
but
Kobe
now
and
there's
like
a list that
15?
they get paid to do, and it comes out just like anything. When they vote for MVP, when they vote for All NBA, I'm pretty sure people start to ask, "Yo, wait, why? Why are you doing this? Why is he 10?" You start calling, so you start asking the questions.
So you heard what they had to say. Now, Gil is a Kobe Bryant fan, so he's told me. You saw the argument that him and Rashad can't have. But I've been arguing with Gilbert Arenas now for months. Gil ain't going to get away with this. He's not going to run off scot-free and act like, no, I've been here supporting. No, you haven't. Gil has been making fun of Kobe for months now. Why? Because I heard Gil say himself, it pisses people off. So therefore he does it. Gil, even though he's a Kobe fan, is still willing to say things to infuriate Kobe fans just to get a rise. He said it. He said it. I heard him say it. I forgot why I heard him say it, but he said it. Because he knows it'll piss Kobe fans off. And the part that used to get me is like, how are you saying this like as if you're not a part? I thought you were a part of it. So why would you say things to piss off a fan base that you're a part of? So Gil has played his role. Gil has sat on Gil's arena and argued for reasons why Kobe is this, why Kobe is that. Gil has sat up there and told us what the writers say and all of this stuff and people have told him on numerous occasions, bro, we don't care. A lot of those guys have agendas. A lot of those guys had personal vendettas against certain players. There's a whole bunch of things, but more importantly, we don't care. Number one. Number two, Gil himself has said he doesn't value their opinions. But now when it comes to where they rank Kobe, he wants to validate it. Gil, as a basketball fan and player, if you have Kobe Bryant in your top 2, 3, how can you then say, I respect those over here that have him ranked at 10 or 11 or whatever the hell they have him ranked because they're journalists and all that? You're basically surrendering your right to reason, number one. Number two, you also played against Kobe. So you would have a more holistic point of view about just how good he was. But yet you still relent and say, no, these guys are right because they're being paid. Gilbert Arenas, let me ask you. These your voters that you like to give so much credit. Are you aware that these your voters were the same voters that gave Steve Nash 2 MVPs? When you had Shaq tearing up the league and Kobe tearing up the league, do you still think they're so smart? Are you also telling me that you don't believe that these guys can have personal vendettas? Well, you said it. You yourself have said it. How they try to do this and do that. So if you've exposed some of the flaws in their reasoning and their actions, why do you still value their opinion so highly? You talked about what ESPN came up with, a point system. MVP counts this much, and MVP counts that much, and MVP counts this much, and MVP counts that much. Gil, let me ask you a question. Steve Nash has 2 MVPs. Shaq has 1. Forget about Shaq. Charles Barkley has 1. And AI has 1. According to this point system, they would rank Steve Nash ahead of those 2 guys. Do you agree with that? Of course not. Do you know why? Because we're using our brains. We're using our bloody neurons. We're thinking this thing through. We're not robots. Why are you confining yourself to a prism that these guys created? And what your peers is telling you is, we don't give a about those lists. We don't care. Now, maybe you want to give their list some level of importance because maybe you want to be on sports, on TV and all of that stuff and want people to take what these guys are saying on TV seriously. But the fact is we don't. We don't. They gave Steve Nash 2 MVPs while Shaq and Kobe were tearing up the league. What does that say about a value of an MVP? What does it say? Steve Nash has 2 MVPs more than what's his name? Then Allen Iverson or Charles Barkley. So with that conclusion, he should be much better. But do you know why you're going to say differently? Because AI can do this and AI can do that and that. So you can evaluate these players properly. Don't nobody care about what these people at ESPN say. They pick the Lakers to win every year. Do they win? No, let's get it right. The same ESPN that you want to give all of it, don't they pick the Lakers every year? Do they win every year? The same ESPN, wasn't they the ones that gave the Lakers the best odds or second best odds or whatever it was to win the championship in 20? Did they win? So why all of a sudden now you want to place so much of an emphasis on what ESPN has to say? And finally, why are you using points to argue against your own favorite player and you want to call it objectivity when we never see you scrutinize LeBron James the same way? We never see you do it. Your audience is full of LeBron fans. Do you know why? Because they know when they come to Gil's Arena, they're going to get that LeBron twerking. They're going to get that hot stone massage, man. They know that. And to me, it's crazy that if you're a Kobe fan, as you say you are, and I believe you, that you have slandered Kobe so much to the point where people are doubting you. Don't nobody doubt me if I like Kobe. Don't nobody doubt Skip Bayless if he likes Michael Jordan. Don't nobody doubt Michael Will. So why are they doubting you, Gil? Why are they doubting you? Because of the things you say, and you know the impact. What's one of the biggest knocks on Kobe? You know you're a Kobe fan. Oh, Kobe needed Shaq to win 3 finals MVPs. So what do? You go on a campaign basically out there trying to solidify why that's the case. But then say I'm a Kobe fan. And then what do you expect from Kobe fans to be saying? Like, let's keep it like, let's not act like we don't know where all of this came from. And Gil is my man. He cool, but we talking basketball. This ain't nothing personal, none of that. We all gonna laugh it up and have a laugh about it tomorrow, whatever it is. So it's all basketball we talking here. None of this personal. We just talking sports. But you've contributed to this sentiment. It's one of the reasons why people are so pissed off. This not coming from anywhere. It's coming from a specific place. And people are saying, Gil, Kobe is being disrespected on a daily basis. Flagrantly. And then here you have a Kobe fan who's now piling on. But then wants to say, I'm giving you the honest to God truth. Well, why don't we do the honest to God truth with everybody? The one person that always seems to escape the honest to God truth is LeBron James. If you're a Kobe fan, as you say you are, first of all, let me say this. I believe as a Kobe fan, you can respect LeBron James, but you don't have to like him. You don't have to like him. In your case, you never. So, if you're truly being fair and balanced, Gil, and you want Kobe fans to believe that you're being fair and balanced, you ain't got to bring up his paraphernalia. You ain't got to bring up the ring. You ain't got to bring none. You ain't got to bring none of that, because people still don't believe. What we want to see is you now go on this campaign of analyzing LeBron's career and all of the shortcomings the way you did Kobe. Would you be willing to do that? Hell no. Why? Because that's the majority of your audience. They come there to hear the Kobe slander and all of this stuff. That's what they come there for. That's what they come there for. The host, he's a huge LeBron fan. A huge one. I've asked you, Gil, this on many occasions. When have you ever disagreed with LeBron James? When? Anything LeBron says, you agree with. Anything. Anything. Even the last ring culture. Do you honestly believe LeBron is the right person to be making those comments? Really? Him? Of all people? He was the last person that should have made those comments, given his actions throughout the course of his career. He should have been the last person. Everybody knew his comments were wrong-headed, but you still defended him. And the benefit of the doubt that you give LeBron, you don't give Kobe. This is a fact. The way you make fun of Kobe, Gil, you had an argument with Scap Attack about Kobe, who's a Kobe fan. How do you find yourself in these situations? How? Rashad McCann, he's stunned. He's floored. He can't believe it. To the point where Brandon Jennings, Nick, all of these guys losing their mind. What's going on here? So you know, I heard you say it. You say that to piss off Kobe. I heard you say it. So now why all of a sudden everybody acting shocked? Why? Gil, you've made fun of Michael Jordan from here to the end of time, but then say you're not a Jordan hater when I've seen you do it. No, man. If you're going to make fun of this guy, own it. And the final part is this, and I'll say this to close. The thing that is bothering Kobe fans the most is that you're making all of these comments about a guy, number one, that's not here to defend himself. That's number one. But number two, a lot of us have been asking, where were these comments when Kobe was here? Where were they? All of these dudes, they got opinions these days. We never heard none of this when the dude was walking around. We never heard it. We never heard, because you knew he would have called you. We know that. Say whatever you want. Kobe gonna call you. Go ask Charles Barkley. He'll call you. So where were all of these slanderous comments about him then? Why is it after the guy passes that all of a sudden we start hearing this? Why? Gil, the game that you did analyzing that 60-point game against Kobe, Kobe saw it. He not going to say nothing? He not going to say nothing. Kobe going to see that and then still dap you up like it's a joke? Bro, you know he not going to do that. So why you going at this dude and he's not even here? You have people that are here to defend him. Go at LeBron. But if you go at LeBron, things will change on Gil's Arena. People start unsubscribing. It's a fact. It's a fact. They will start unsubscribing from your channel. Because they tune in. A lot of LeBron fans tune in to watch you trash Kobe. But you're calling it, I'm keeping it real. No, a lot of it is just hate. A lot of it is just hate. I'll give you an example. You say Kobe was the number 2 option with Shaq. Fine, Gil. He was the number 2 option to Shaq. Who wouldn't have been the number 2 option to Shaq? If you put LeBron on that team, is he not the number 2 option? Why are you bringing it up? Because you know by bringing it up, it brings back the number 1 talking point. If you're a Kobe fan, you know that Kobe needed Shaq to win. So then why are you adding to it? Why are you adding to it? Why not Nick Wright? Why not Shannon Sharp? Why not whoever else that be up there twerking? Jason McIntyre, whoever it is. Why is it you? Why is it you? Why are you making it your job to do that? And I'm saying, okay, fine. You want to keep it real about everybody. You said to Scap that the NBA wanted LeBron to win that 2012 championship. They wanted him to win, and it fixed in for him to win. Do a segment on that and see how many LeBron fans show up to the channel. They will unsubscribe with the quickness. With the quickness. Start doing that about LeBron fans, and let's see. If you're willing to keep it a stack all across the board. We know you're not. So all we're saying is lay off Kobe. I don't think you hate Kobe. I think, yes, I believe you're a Kobe fan, but I think that you're trolling his fan base for clicks and views or to get them pissed off or whatever. And now it's backfiring. Leave Kobe fans alone, man. Go analyze another player. These are my thoughts. Catch you on the next show. I'm out. Peace.